On the news tonight, more than 5 million workers to undergo AI training under present federal government. Nigerian Bar Association berates the federal government for trampling on rights of citizens. Plus, Monetary Policy Committee maintains the interest rate at 27% amidst current economic evaluation. And welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Now, do you love and care about Rstv and have peace? If yes, let's build and take us to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now, details of the news. Rwanda State Administrator, Vice Admiral retired Edward Evans, has described a training workshop put together for senior civil servants as one designed to enhance productivity, efficiency, and service delivery. Vice Admiral Evans made the session when he declared open a 4-day transformational leadership and training workshop for sustainable development in Port Harcourt. Tamno Barabi Ibulumo reports.
The workshop, which is the first phase of such training sections by the administrator, was put together by the state government in partnership with the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies for permanent secretaries, local government administrators and directors from various ministries. Ebas will urge them to embrace it with open mind and clear commitment to translate learning into actions, said the knowledge acquired should strengthen their capacity to lead through complexity, champion reforms, and deliver meaningful results to communities.
Today, we gather not merely for another workshop, but for a moment of rededication, to reflect, to learn, and to reaffirm our shared responsibility to the people we serve. Therefore, public service training will be the cornerstone of my short stint of the leadership of Rivers State. This training designed to equip you with the tools and insights necessary to lead through complexity, champion reforms, strengthen local government autonomy, and deliver meaningful results to our communities. I urge you to embrace it fully with open minds and a clear commitment to translate learning into action.
The Director General of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Ayo Omotayo, said the training is tailored towards providing knowledge to bridge identified gaps, improve efficiency, and strengthen collaborative governance. Secretary to the State Government, Ibibia Wuriga, and the Acting Head of Rivers State Civil Service, Inyingi Brown, urged the participants to make the best use of the time and become more productive.
In an evolving world, continuous learning and development are crucial for both personal and professional growth. The training is therefore aimed at equipping you with the knowledge and skills needed to excel at your different MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies.
On behalf of all the participants, therefore express my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency for approving this training program and providing all the resources needed to ensure that it is executed without fail.
Tamno Barabi Ibluwo, Rstv News.
The Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria has flagged out the drivers' database and safety manifest in collaboration with government agencies. They have also opened the zonal and state office as well as unveiled hire purchase packages to drivers in Port Harcourt. Kelvin Tuapa reports is read from our studios.
In his opening remarks, the president and founder of the Drivers Welfare Club of Nigeria, Major Mondi, said the DWCN is a global player in the transport industry focused on drivers' training, welfare, empowerment, integrity, professionalism, and sanity on the roads.
The scheme, which are all flagged off today, will also help the federal road safety, the VIO, and state government, and especially security agencies, to track down criminals element among drivers who are engaged in one-chance projects, kidnapping and car snatching activities among others, and all the drivers in companies are to be captured with this drivers database.
On his part, the zonal chairman of DWCN, Eze Sam Nwokolo, said that DWCN, through the help of major stakeholders and sponsors like His Majesty Ateketom, has secured a comprehensive insurance cover for drivers, provided loan and purchased vehicles on hire purchase to pay back at very affordable rates.
To remove, to extinguish extreme poverty from humanity, to turn around the lives of young people, the lives of people, to give drivers a face and a positive name. Always be obedient, key into this, laugh later.
Commissioning the drivers database and state office in Port Harcourt, the representative of King Ateketom and that of the Ministry of Transportation, Einda Chiki, described it as a welcome development, and all government agencies like VIO, FRSC, Police, NIS, NIMC, amongst others, will identify the real drivers to avoid harassment, kidnapping and fraud on our roads.
Not something that will bring increase to the state and in fact the south. I was happy that this thing is coming here first before going to other states. So now, he said, go and see, make sure the feedback that will come from you is correct. And I'm seeing it now that it's correct.
It's a new association. If not that I'm detailed to be here, I don't think I've heard the name. So my advice is that every organization has objective. They should play within the limit of the objective, and they should abide by the tenets that they belong to.
There were goodwill messages by representatives of the FRSC, Commissioner of Police, VIO and other relevant road and transport agencies.
President Bola Tinubu has approved the training of more than 5 million workers from both the public and private sectors on the use and deployment of artificial intelligence AI to enhance Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, and strengthen national security. The ambitious training program will be implemented over the next 3 years by the Digital Bridge Institute, DBI, under the supervision of the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, led by Dr. Bonsun Tijani. President and CEO of DBI, Mr. David Dasa, announced the initiative on Tuesday during the Institute's 21st anniversary celebration held at the Digital Economy Complex in Bora, Abuja. They said that the training, which had started in earnest, would ensure that Nigeria was not lagging in the AI revolution, and joint state and local government councils across the country to take advantage of the programs with many of the DBI campuses across Nigeria. DASA, who listed some of the achievements of DBI in 21 years, said the training program would be carried out with its global partners to meet international standards and practices. Now, the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, has vehemently condemned the proposed bill to amend the Electoral Act 2022, which seeks to make the voting compulsory for all eligible Nigerians. In a statement signed by NBA President Mazi Alpha Mosigwe, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and posted on his Facebook page, the association described the bill as a blatant violation of civil liberties and democratic principles. The bill, which imposes fines up to 100,000 naira or imprisonment for failure to vote, was criticized by the NBA as aggressive and wholly inconsistent with the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Citing Section 39(1) of the Constitution, the NBA emphasized that every citizen has the right to freedom of expression, which includes the right to silence, dissent, and abstention from voting, arguing that voting is a civil liberty, not a legal obligation, and that compelling citizens to vote under threat of punishment undermines their fundamental rights. The NBA further referenced Section 40 of the Constitution, which guarantees freedom of association, including the right not to associate, asserting that forcing individuals to vote against their political convictions violates their personal freedoms. Highlighting the current challenges of voter apathy, insecurity, and electoral malpractice, the NBA called on the National Assembly to halt any legislative progress on the bill, urging instead that efforts focus on restoring trust in the electoral process through transparency, accountability, security, and voter education. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to protect the local textile industry through the provisions of soft loans to operators by the bankrupt industry. The decision of the House was equal to the adoption of a motion on notice sponsored on Tuesday's plenary by Garba Mohammed of Jigawa State. Rallying his colleagues for support, Mohammed noted that the Nigerian textile industry, with over 180 mills in operation, has significantly impacted the manufacturing sector, employing nearly 450 people annually, making it one of the highest employers of labor. He added that revitalizing the textile industry will create employment, diversify the economy, and enhance the socio-economic development of the country. Following the adoption of the motion, the House urged the federal government to regulate the importation of foreign textiles and encourage the production of local textile materials. It called on the federal ministries of finance, industry, and trade agencies to encourage local textiles by providing soft loans through the Bank of Industry, and advised the Federal Ministry of Power to provide necessary facilities, especially power supply, to companies to enhance quality output. Now, do you love and care about real estate and have peace? Oh yes, let's build and take that to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Always remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And coming up, Gaza records 38 deaths in overnight airstrikes from Israel. And in sports news, 6 athletes back suspension at ongoing Gateway Games 2024. Details of these and more when we return this day.
Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide presents 7 Saturdays to get pregnant.
After 14 years.
After 14 years. Ejima after 14 years.
A boy and a girl.
Are you seeking for the fruit of the womb? Do you have infertility issues? Do you have a low sperm count? Are the doctor's reports saying you can never get pregnant or father a child? Are your in-laws mocking you that their son married a man like him? Have you gone everywhere seeking for help with no solution? Are you tired of the insults, mockery, and shame of childlessness? Cry no more, for Dr. Jesus has remembered you. In this 7 weeks program titled 7 Saturdays to get pregnant, it will be hot, it will be explosive, and it will be powerful. Date: Saturday 17th May 2025, Saturday 24th May 2025, and Saturday 31st May 2025.
Time 8 in the morning.
Venue: OPM GRA 2, number 2 Greg Owehi Street, off Casablanca, New GRA, Port Harcourt. Every day holds a special and unique.
Good to go.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, with support from the MacArthur Foundation and with broadcast support from the Rivers State Television.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rstv World News, and now to the rest of our reports. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAN) has announced that it will on Wednesday this week release the results of 379,000 candidates to SAT the rescheduled Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination between Friday and Monday. JAM scheduled the exam following widespread outcry over mass failure during the initial UTME. The board admitted to technical and human errors, especially in Lagos and the southeast states, which significantly affected candidates' performances. Out of the 1.9 million candidates who wrote this year's UTME, over 1.5 million recorded below 200 marks out of a possible 400, prompting widespread concern among stakeholders. JAM Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloride last week publicly accepted responsibility for the errors while announcing a reset for the affected candidates and confirmed that the results of the scheduled exam will be released on Wednesday. The Monetary Policy Committee (MPC) of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has retained the country's benchmark interest rate at 27.50% for the second consecutive time in 2025. CBN Governor Olayemi Eberso made the announcement during a press briefing on Tuesday following the 300th MPC meeting held in Abuja. According to the governor, the committee was unanimous in its agreement to hold all the parameters and maintain current monetary policy settings amidst ongoing economic evaluations. The federal government has announced plans to sell a 753-unit housing estate defeated by a battle the former Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) Governor Godwin Emefiele as part of assets recovered from him through the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The Minister of Housing and Urban Development confirmed on Tuesday that it had taken possession of the property located in Abuja following a formal handover by the EFCC at the ministry's headquarters in Bushi. The minister in charge, architect Ahmed Dandiwa, also announced that the housing units will be made available for sale both to the public and to meet special government needs. Emefiele is currently facing trial for multiple financial crimes and related offenses. And on the foreign scene now, Democratic Congresswoman Monica McIver of New Jersey is being charged with assault after a confrontation with officers outside an immigration detention center. Alina Ahaba, the interim U.S. attorney for the state and an ally of President Donald Trump, announced the charges on social media.
Comes after an
Ahaba also said that her office would be dropping a trespassing case against the mayor of New York, Ras Baraka, who is another Democratic politician. Talking spoke out when McIver, Baraka and others paid an oversight visit to Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE Center in New York on the 9th of May. The Democratic lawmakers were visiting Delaney Hall, which can hold up to 1,000 people, and was touted by the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) as the first to reopen the immigration facility under the new Trump administration. Videos showed increasingly heated discussions and a chaotic scene, including police, ICE agents, journalists, and politicians and protesters before Mayor Baraka was arrested. The members of Congress present were eventually granted access and given a tour of the building. Administration officials and the Democratic lawmakers opposed to the ICE facility blamed each other for the scuffles. Commenting on the case on Tuesday, Trump told reporters that McIver had been out of control. Now, at least 38 Palestinians have been killed in a series of Israeli airstrikes across the Gaza Strip during a half-hour period overnight, according to Palestinian medics. Israeli warplanes struck several locations, including a school in eastern Gaza City, and an abandoned fuel station sheltering displaced families in central Gaza's Rstv refugee camp. according to the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency. It added that rescue teams were facing major difficulties reaching the wounded due to a lack of equipment and the intensity of the bombardment. The attack comes after Israel issued a sweeping evacuation order for civilians in Gaza in preparation for what it said was an unprecedented attack. And our sports. Rangers International, one of Nigeria's most storied and trophy-laden football clubs, will be without the trial of Ejike Ugochukwu, Kingsley Maduforo, and Hillary Eke when they take on Kwara United on Wednesday's President Federation Cup semi-final clash scheduled for the Obalaji Johnson Arena, MJA Uniform Lagos. Fidelis Ilechukwu, head coach of the Coal City Flying Antelopes, led his squad to Lagos on Sunday without the injured trio which ruled out due to varying degrees of injury. Ugochukwu, a defensive midfielder, could not be available for the crucial encounter due to a lingering knee injury that has yet to heal fully. Striker Kingsley Maduforo is sidelined with a high injury, while midfielder Hillary Eke is nursing a muscle sprain. And Salon Sports, the National Sports Commission (NSC) has disqualified 6 athletes in the ongoing National Sports Festival TAG Gateway Games 2024, holding in Abeokuta, Ogun State, for failing anti-doping tests. The NSC DG Honorable Bukola Olapade warned that any registered athlete is covered with doping issues that cannot compete for scoring medals at the ongoing National Sports Festival. Olapade made it clear after a strategic joint meeting of the main organizing committee and the local organizing committee of the Games on Monday. The NSC DG charged all the participating states to take note of these and retreated the Commission's commitment to ensuring that every athlete competes on a clean standing. Now, do you love and care about Rstv and have peace? If yes, let's build and take that to greater heights. This is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at rstv.com. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to end the news, let's take a look at some of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has approved the training of 5 million workers on the use and deployment of artificial intelligence AI over a period of 3 years to enhance the country's gross domestic product and strengthen national security. The Nigerian Bar Association has condemned the proposal to amend the Electoral Act 2022, which is seeking to make voting compulsory for all eligible Nigerians, describing it as a blatant violation of civil liberties and democratic principles. They had also reported that the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has maintained its interest rate at 27.20% for the second consecutive time this year amidst ongoing economic evaluations. And that's the news, and thank you so much for giving my company from start to finish. My name is Emily Tari. Have an amazing night's rest.